All righty, you see one person just came in. Just got off of Main Street. Playing a lot of music. I don't want to get a copyright strike. A lot of action there. I'm going to head down about a quarter mile. It's another good intersection a lot of people use. See a lot of action. Saw some sirens before. It might have been fire truck. It's just starting to get a little noisier out now that it's 10:03. Whoever came into the room, if they could please hit the like button. I'll be live streaming about another 14, 15 hours straight, and in Daytona Beach, Florida, for Bike Week, and then coming out again. I'll probably be doing it like, I don't know, anywhere from 11 to maybe as late as 3 tomorrow afternoon, and then I'm going to come back Tuesday to Saturday. But this is the first. They call it Bike Week, but it's actually 10 days. And this is the first day. A lot of people come into town. Put about 5 other live streams out. Oh, sorry, I got the picture facing the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to walk. Yeah, I'm just walking, talking to myself. When I think of you, I talk to myself. Changing the lyrics. Yeah, there's that ride that was going earlier in the video. Yeah, less action up on this end, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try 2 or 3 more traffic lights down. That's the main drag. Once you either 2 or 3 lights down, once you hook a right, you go about maybe 4 miles, 3-4 miles to Daytona Beach racetrack and the airport. So I give about another hour or less. People are starting to be a little tipsy, having a good time. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, I got 2 people. Hey, what's up, Mark? SATV, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm signed up to your channel, SATV, but I definitely will. I'm going to go through all the comments. And anybody that was in the live streams, I'll sub their channels. I headed a little away from Main Street. I'm actually going to walk down another light or 2. And it's a main thoroughfare, traffic light. And the lighting's pretty good, too. There's actually a Wi-Fi signal. I tried earlier, but it didn't seem to be all that great. But I'm not even sure where it's coming from. It was just an open source. Yeah, it was just an open source and had about 3/4 strength, so I figured I'd give it a try and see what it's like. I'll check it out later. I'm really happy with my battery life. This $130 phone, Motorola G7 Optimo, and it has another word after it, but 3 GB of RAM. 32 gig storage, and I'm happy with the lighting. The charge is awesome. I believe it's a 5,000 milliamp battery, if I'm not mistaken. It's at least a 3,000, but I think it was like $30 more for whatever the extra name after Optima was. So it had 3 gig instead of 2 gig drive and 5,000 milliamp battery, if I'm not mistaken. But I can't be more satisfied with this. And tomorrow when it's lighter out, I also want to try the hotspot. I have, MCW Joker. He hooked me up with a really good deal on a phone he only had for a week while his iPhone was in the shop. That's a Motorola Moto Supra 5. Might not be the exact wording, but it's, it is what it is. And that also has a 5,000 milliamp battery. And I really like the leveling features. And the first video I put out, it'll say live streaming with MCW Joker. And I think his son, it might be in the title too, Tempe Against Police Violence. But it was really dark that night. And I was really happy with it and getting used to using it. My next investment in a couple of weeks is going to be a gimbal, or at least get me started like a cheap $5, $10 handheld stick. It does draw more attention, but they collapse down small enough I could put it in my bag or whatever and just use it accordingly. All right, I'm gonna go down 2 more lights, see if there's any action there. If not, I'll come back up to Main Street. Here we go. We got something healthy coming down the street. Oh, it was a car, Mustang. I'm not sure. It's a 2006 and newer. I'm old school. I had 67 Mustang. I got a good deal when I was 14, going on 15 years old. I lived in a private development. Don't think rich kid, though. All clay dirt roads, and they used to put motor oil all over them. There's only 2 paved roads at the time. But the best part is there was no cops were allowed in. And we had security guards. Kind of remind me of the clowns on Dukes of Hazzard. But that thing was sweet. I got a really good deal off 3 guys that chipped in on it, beat it for like 2 months. And it was a circle car, for, going on dirt round and round. And guy putting a 3-speed stick in it, and it had a 9-inch Ford, posi rear. I'm not even sure what year the rear was. I was young. I was 14 going on 15 when I got it, and I sold it like a year and a half later. I actually traded it for a Firebird. But yeah, it had open headers. It was only a 2-barrel. I'm thinking it was like a 5, maybe 550 CFM. It was pretty big, 2-barrel. But yeah, it was really geared. The cam was set up. I'm thinking in the 35 to 4500 range. Sweet car. Yeah, I had a couple Mustangs, 67. I had one of those and 268s. So I really liked how they brought the Camaros, Mustangs, the Challengers, all the old school bodies back. I hear they're supposed to try to do a couple other ones too, and I even remember seeing in a Carcraft magazine like 20 years ago, never made it to market, but they had a Camaro station wagon. And I thought I heard just some talk about 6 months ago of them doing it. That would be badass. That would be sweet. I mean, as far as a family station wagon, high horsepower type thing. If you want to call a Camaro a wagon, if they ever do it, a sleeper. But I'm all into the sleeper cars too. Yeah, Mark, I actually, back in, I want to say 96, going into 97, I had a 87 GTA Trans Am, and the guy dropped a vet motor in it, chipped it up. The clutch was beat when I got it. My friend's wife actually ended up selling it to me, and it was worth $7,000 at the time. And I got it for $3,500, $1,200 down, and $100 a month in payments. I mean, I ended up being the guy's best man. So they really hooked me up. But had that for a year and a half, and I traded it for. It's an old Action news van. It's a 1986 Ford E350. It's got a single I-beam suspension, up front. It's so heavy duty. It's got kingpins. It was originally rated for, I believe it was 11,500 pounds, and they brought the gross vehicle weight down to 9,000. And they took, back in the old days, if you remember, I don't know how old you are, but they had the buckets that would go up for like the telephone pole men and all that. Well, the guy took it off there. He was a subcontractor for the different news stations. But anyhow, it's got a 7.8 liter, the 464 barrel. It's got a 9,000 watt generator on it. I can bring 30 amps in through the side. It's got a ladder going up the back. And I probably have about six, seven, maybe 8 people if you really squeeze it in there. It's got some awesome, the flooring, like heavy duty. It's a real thick galvanized aluminum. And I'm 6'4". Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm 6'4", and I literally had to stand on a 3-foot step ladder. There goes a Mustang. Might be the other one. He got on a little. But I'm 6'4". I had to step on a 3-foot step ladder to get up to reach down. I mean, it's awesome for going underneath. But, man, you want to talk a pain in the ass. That big block 460, that thing must have had about 12 to 14 bolts just for the water pump. It was like being a contortionist, but I've had it stored almost 20 years. I haven't ran it since 2006. Actually, over the years, I want to get my own garage in 2-3 years, and I want to screw around with electric motors and stuff. But, yeah, it's wired for like 2,400 watts. Got a central air unit on top. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm definitely a Ford guy. I got to stop out. There's another Mustang. I got to stop talking about cars. Cars and women, I start to salivate. Yeah, SATV, man, 65 fastback. That would be sweet. Oh yeah, I'd love to have that. I toss up between the 67s and 68s. They're basically the same except behind the doors. Like far as the little fins. I'm not sure the exact model I had. It wasn't a fastback, but it did have the turn signals and the louvers in the hood. And I got a good deal. I was I got that coming out of high school. So I was like 18 or 19 at the time. And I got it for $300 off some guy that had dumped $1,200 into it. Went into the military, was in about a year and a half, and then he lost interest. He told his mom it had a bad transmission, and he had paid like $600-700 for it. Had it for almost a year, hardly did any, actual riding in it. Put $1,200 into it, and that was in 1982. And so, long story short, I got it for $300. And when I got it home, I checked it out the next day, and all here it was just a transmission pan gasket. It was just a 3-speed automatic. I'm not even sure the year of the engine, the 302. I never checked the numbers. I'm assuming it might have been a 69 or 70 302. Nothing special, but man, did I beat the living shit out of that car. It lasted forever. So, yeah, it doesn't look like there's when I first came here, I guess it was everybody coming to the town. I'm going to cross and then go back up to Main Street. Seems where all the action's more up on that end. See if there's anything happening on the boardwalk. There was hardly anybody there before, but looks like they're mostly hanging on Main Street. I can even go a little further up Main Street than I did. Yeah, I think my favorite car that I got back in the day. Well, I liked the GTA I had was pretty sweet, the '87. But I put in a straight strip clutch in it. It was a new hydraulic slave cylinder, and had the flywheel turn. It wasn't much. I forget how many thousands. It was pretty good shape, but I'm a firm believer. Always cut the flywheel no matter what when you put on a new clutch, or same thing with brake shoes, unless it's junk or beater. You're only going to use for a while, and you don't have to worry about braking so much. I mean, do it right, but if you don't see any ridges and it's all good. I'm talking old school cars. I remember my Mustang. Shit, the max was 90,000, and I remember I had that 85,000 cut out the rear drums, just saving money at the time, and just kept up on the brake shoes all the time and all the parts. I had 3 years auto mechanics in school. I don't know it all, but I got a little more, roughly 10 years on you. And private development I lived in, it was so great. The cops not coming in, and I remember a state trooper coming in for a burglary. They only were allowed to come in for burglaries, and called in for homes that got ripped off. A lot of vacation homes. We were averaging 16 homes a month. But yeah, it was a whole different time. But the worst part is, for a year I had to walk 1 mile and 8/10 just to get to the bus stop, and then go school was 19 miles away, but we had to pick up 2 other families, so it was a 25-mile bus ride. And yeah, that was from 76 to 83, or actually 82. But I remember driving my Chevelle, 69 Chevelle. I took the front end off, the trunk off. The inspection sticker was 3 years out of date and no license plate. And I remember driving, and state trooper going by and just stopping his car and looking at me and shaking his head. He couldn't do a thing. So, but yeah, it was like I said, all dirt roads and 2 paved main roads. That was it back in the day. But I got to get off the car subject. Like I said, I'm totally in the cars. Motorcycles, not as much. I love them, but I've only had 1 street bike and a couple different dirt bikes. My brother's had a bunch of dirt bikes. Lived up in the Poconos for a while. Have friends and family up there. Goddaughter lives up there. Damn, no power steering and power brakes? Yeah, I could see that. Shit, this light just ain't changing. I'm going to hit it one more time. It's pissing me off. I might have missed it the last time. But yeah, my 68, I remember it being a pain in the ass when the rack and pinion went. So I had a buddy help me with that at the time. And we ran into, just trying to get the other one in, we ran into all kind of headaches. We ended up spending 9, 10, 11 hours. He worked at a gas station. We pulled an all-nighter. With the power steering hoses, I went and replaced them because they were getting really shabby and dry rotted looking. And here, I didn't know it was a different air motor at the time. Like I said, I was young, and I had to get a guy to do a compression fitting thing for me, and a coupler, and all kind of headache shit. I'm sure you've been there. Now, as far as working on cars, if I had to pick the easiest cars for me to work on and the ones I like the most, would be the 58, the 74 Chevys. Man, they are so easy. You can I can rip 90% or more of the car apart with 4 wrenches. Half-inch 9/16s, 5/8s, and 3/4, maybe 11/16. Forget what the bumper bolts are. It's been so long. Oh yeah, tractors. I never owned one. Never. I rode on one once. A friend of mine when I was 17, he got a really good deal on a 1920. It was either a 1920 or a 1928. I remember it was a 10-20 McCormick Deering, and the guy he had didn't have rubber tires. Shit, I'm going for it, man. I can't wait again. This thing just don't change. But it had metal tires on it. Not metal tires, metal rims with the angle plates. And he lived probably about, I don't know, 8-10 miles away from me. And I remember one day we had about, I want to say maybe, I don't know, 16 inches of snow, 14 inches of snow. And he took the thing down the street to buy a pack of smokes. And I'm talking maybe 5 miles north of North Philly. And he was going down the road, and the cop tried turning around and started chasing him. He took it up into fifth gear. I think top speed was like 30 or 35. And the cop just couldn't keep up with him with the metal plates. And there was so much snow, he didn't tear up the road. But I went down the next day. You could see all his tracks. It was funny as shit seeing that in the city. So, but yeah, Montana. Actually, 2 girlfriends ago, she was actually from Billings, Montana. And yeah, I heard she passed. I saw it online about 3 years ago. But yeah, she was from Montana. She was born on the reservation, right where Standing Rock Reservation. I think it's in South Dakota. Like, I don't know. I think it's like 10 miles in. But yeah, I'd never been to Montana, but man, that would be cool. Except for your winters. She was telling me stories where there were sometimes she had to climb out the second story window because they couldn't even get their front or back door open with all the snow and the drifts. All right, as soon as I get past those lights on the right, that's a ride. Shit, there's music right here where I'm coming up. I'm going to have to cover it for a minute. Here's some Guns N' Roses. Yeah, 69 Datsun truck. I didn't even know they made them then. I'm sure they did. I remember being in one in, I think it was a 77 or 78. This woman had bright orange. I believe it was a 5-speed with the 4-cylinder. It might have been a 4-speed. That thing got awesome mileage, but man, it just looked like, it seemed like it would be like an aluminum can crushing if we got in an accident. All right, I'm going to have to cover the mic so I get up above whoever's jamming on the Guns N' Roses. I think it's a club. I don't think it's a thing. So, Libby, Montana. I'm not sure. I'm guessing. Is that near Billings? All right, I got to cut the sound altogether. I'm covering it up. Let's check my battery real quick. All right. Man, this battery setup's awesome. 4 hours of recording, I still got 59%. Made a couple phone calls. That's with live streaming. I was concerned. I got 2 little battery packs on me. Pennsylvania, I got a real nice one. It's I think it's 10,400 milliamps some guy gave me. And I've got a couple other ones, but traveling around, I don't want to take too many with me. What do we got here? Russell. Can't make that out. Limits. Or Limis. Limis? Russell Emies. It's pretty good. Yeah, eventually I'm going to have to break down and get something to drink. I ran out to I didn't even grab anything from the house. All right, wherever the Guns N' Roses was coming from, there must have been a car. What do we got here? Tattoo shop. Man, I'm sure they'll be busy this week. Hey, Mark, where, if you don't mind me asking, what state are you in now, or what state and city are you in now? There's that ride. I don't know if you can see the little, see the light coming down now in between the two red things going on an angle. You got the red one turn spinning in, but if you look at the very top of the point right now, see the light right now, right between, like, think of it like a field goal or something that goes up about 70, 80 feet, and it's taking the people up in that. It's green and blue. I thought it was fireworks, but it's an actual ride. You'll see it go up in a minute. But, yeah, it's taking them up 70, 80 feet, dropping them 30, 40 feet, bringing them back up and down, up and down. Let's go. Yeah, of course, it's like they're probably reloading right now. As soon as I said it, they must have been on the way down last week. Where is Washington State? Chehalis. This says no way north by Yak. I'm not sure what that meant. No way north by Yak. I'm not sure. Oh, were you trying to write? Oh, by Yak, Washington State, Chehalis. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Washington would be pretty cool. I've been up to New Hampshire. I hiked the Appalachian Trail 550 miles 3 years ago. And I went from southern Pennsylvania, actually near, I don't know if you know where Myerstown, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, started around that area. And I went up to Hanover, New Hampshire. Basically, you go halfway up Vermont, cross over. Actually goes through the town 2-3 miles. But Dartmouth College. Yeah, Dartmouth College, New Hampshire. Yeah, and I go to Arizona all the time. I was there from June 28th to October 21st. And I went out one night with MCW Joker. I don't know if you're subscribed to him. He's a great guy. And his son, Tempe Against Police Violence. But again, it was MCW Joker. You probably heard of him. And Tempe Against Police Violence. And Phoenix Cop Watch. Oh, I'm going to cross. So close to Portland, I take it that's Portland, Oregon, and near the border. Like I said, I've been in Phoenix area, Mesa, suburb of Phoenix. Lived in Philly suburbs and Pocono Mountains and Florida for a year when I was younger. But I've always wanted to hit the Northwest. Oh shit! I gotta cover it. Shit. Oh, cool. I thought I lost it. I just hit the wrong button. All right, cool. You're still in here. How late you hanging? If you don't mind me asking. Well, you're Washington State, so it's like should be 7:30 there now. Cool. How late this pizza shop's in? All right, I'm gonna pop in and see how late they're open. Hello. Yeah. How late are you open? Carryout's open until 10 p.m. Well, we're actually still in carryout. So oh yeah. What time is it? It's like 10:30. Oh yeah, I didn't realize. It's just what's up. Oh yeah, I'm sure, man. The next 10 days. You're just staying open for customers today now? Yeah, okay. Appreciate it, man. No problem. Yeah, if I don't come back tonight, I'll hit you up on. Yeah, I mean, down here Tuesday. Yeah, we're open until like 1 a.m. Oh, so we're only deliver and on and off Alrighty. Yeah, he said they're open till 10, and it's 10:30. Probably heard him. But I did see a 7-Eleven somewhere. It's up on the right. They'll be 24 hours. All right, so 32 minutes. I'll run this live stream about an hour. I'm trying to do them like an hour or less. This way, if I have to, go back and edit, I believe I just got to put them on private. I just hate to record it. I hate to record it. So, but I'll ask somebody tomorrow. I'll go into one of the rooms, and Jeff is here. Audits. He's really good with StreamYard. He knows his way around. I hang in his room a lot. I bounce around since he's doing like 4, 5, 6 hours a night. All right, coming back up into the action. All right, let me catch up on your thing. Phoenix Cop Watch, yeah. Yes, drinking a couple, watching me, supporting you. Be here as you are. Shit, I'm going to be pulling an all-nighter. I'll be here till anywhere from 11 o'clock, which would be 8 o'clock your time in the morning, till like noon your time. Back away from the street a little. Yeah, Jeff's a good guy. How to send donations? I don't. I started checking out the Streamlabs, but when I tried to hook that up, StreamYards was easy. I just clicked on my Cop Stop audits, but when I go to Streamlabs, I can't find the setting, and it keeps putting me to my main account, even though I wasn't signed in there. But I guess I'll get I really should get a PayPal. I have one from a business I had years and years ago. But the only thing that makes me leery, which isn't a big deal, with all the stalkers out there, 4 people have my name out there. Just, if something goes down, I end up going to jail. People want to call and ask for my name. Nobody knows. A couple of people know my first name, but I know when people PayPal, there's a lot of the trolls. They'll turn around. They intentionally they'll send you 1 penny or 16 cents, something real low, and they're just looking for your name and try to dig out your information. It's not a big deal. So, but yeah, I guess I should probably look into that. Maybe I'll do that Monday, and I'm just not sure, since I'm not at my main address, if they'll send me the card. If not, I'll just have them send it to. There's an old Blazer. Yeah, Chevy Blazer. I'm guessing an '84. I didn't get a good look at it. Oh shit! I didn't even think about the music. Hopefully, it was drowned out by my talking and the motorcycles. All right, whoever the second person is, I'm on near Main Street in A1A in Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm going to go ahead and make a left-hand turn and walk down all the motorcycles. I've got about 5-6 videos tonight, showing a lot of them. Oh shit, I got to cover this music so I don't get a copyright strike. I'll uncover when it's over. So yeah, I had to cut the sound out. Some guy had a country music. I got to cut it out again. I'm walking by a bar. A lot of music. All right, I got music everywhere. Bear with me. I don't want to get a copyright strike. I got to cover it up till I get a little further down. Hey, that's cool, Mark. I do the same thing. I hung out with a guy like 8 hours one night doing the same thing. sweet rides here. Hey, what's up, Tito Danino? How's it going, man? Yeah, Daytona Beach Bike Week. I gotta keep covering up the mic when I come down this road. It's all the music. I gotta cover it up for a minute. I'm gonna walk up one side and the other and keep filming bikes. Come back every few minutes in the comments. Yeah, Tito didn't stay long. That's right. I keep covering up my mic. That's where all the action is, though. That's where, like I said, I wish I could have it on private and then edit it, but I'd end up editing probably half my video. I'm just going to cover the sound and go back up the main drag to the boardwalk. Yeah. Oh shit! I gotta hold on. Yeah, that's cool, Mark. If you gotta take a pit stop, of course, especially drinking beers. All right, I'm going to end this live stream and start a